What is going on, everyone? Israel back again with another video. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the Philadelphia Phillies. Now, this Phillies squad has been good for a couple seasons at this point. I'd probably say back since 2019. We've seen this kind of core group of guys kind of be pretty good as a team, and honestly, we've seen it in 2022 and 2023. 2020, they missed the playoffs, unfortunately, but we can take it the last two seasons, they were actually in the playoffs. Their 2022 run was something special. I mean, the crazy finish of that in that Cardinals series was absolutely wild in the wild card. They go on to beat the Braves, then they beat the Padres, and they lose to the Astros, unfortunately, in that series, which was a pretty good World Series, I thought, in my opinion. But the Astros just, they had it that year. They were just a good squad. Going into 2023, obviously, this team was really good. 90-win season from the Phillies. They obviously had Rob Thompson for the whole season this time in 2023. But they go in, they end up beating the Marlins in that NL wild card. It was pretty easy for them, I would say. End up beating the Braves in the NLDS, which they looked very comfortable in that series. Definitely did get close, though, in a couple of those games. But the Phillies were definitely the stronger team, especially at home. They played really well. And then the Diamondbacks series was really close. I mean, I'm really surprised they lost that series going back to Philadelphia up 3-2. I thought they would close it out. There were multiple games where they could have closed it out, I thought, in that series, but just didn't happen, which is kind of unfortunate. I think that's kind of why Craig Kimbrell's out on that team, because, I think if he clutches up one of those games, man, they're definitely going back to a World Series. But it's not all his fault, but, that's just a situation that kind of happened, kind of mess up some of those closing guys, and your closing pitcher kind of messes it up, you don't really win, which has kind of been their problem for a while, by the way. So going into 2024, I mean, this squad should be good, once again, good on paper. I don't really see them winning the division. I mean, the last two times they've got in, it's been through obviously the wild card, but they should be a solid squad heading into 2024. I mean, I think this team is going to be good regardless. I have them in my predictions as the first team in the wild card, so that would be the fourth seed you'd be able to earn, which means they would play the NL wild card at home once again, which is something I think they can definitely achieve. I don't know if they're going to challenge the Braves this season. I'm not totally sure what I think about that yet. I still think the Braves are just a far better team, but let's take a look at this team's contracts, because they got some pretty hefty contracts on this squad. We obviously have that Bryce Harper contract, who even wants this contract extended, and he's signed up till 2031, which is pretty crazy. Trey Turner's obviously on that massive 11-year deal, which is pretty insane to think about. Aaron Nola just got his extension in 2024, so that's very exciting. He's going to be, go up to this team till 2030. So locking up some of those core players is definitely nice. Zach Wheeler is a free agent after the season, so we'll see what happens with him. He's in his age 34 season, so we're going to see if, they sign him again. We'll see how he plays. He's usually a good pitcher, though, so I imagine they give him another deal, maybe like a 2-year, 3-year deal or something, because he is getting up there in age. But we've seen guys like Justin Verlander and Max Scherzer absolutely destroy that rule, so I don't know. We'll see how Wheeler does. I've always thought he's a really good pitcher, though. JT Realmuto is on this list with Nick Castellanos, Kyle Schwarber, and Taijuan Walker, all players who are about to be free agents soon after 2025, it looks like. Jose Alvarado, Max Strohm, and then Dominguez round out the guys with contracts. Obviously, Matt Strohm is a free agent after this season as well. And they also did sign Whit Merrifield, but his contract is not in Baseball Reference as of yet. They did that pretty recently, though, so that's probably why. If we take a look at their players in arbitration, they got a decent amount of players in arbitration. Not a lot of guys making money. The most guy that is making money is obviously Gregory Soto, because he's a really good player out of the bullpen. Really solid pitcher, in my opinion, as well. And then Alex Bohm is also on that arbitration list still. He's got another 3 seasons with this squad if he wants to go somewhere else. We still have a ton of players over here that are on this arbitration. Now, looking at the team's contracts and their financial situation, Scott Kingery has that $1 million buyout for this season because they got rid of him. But overall, they have $206.5 million committed to the squad. With all the arbitration, it should be $233.2, but obviously going to be a little higher with the Whit Merrifield contract. I forgot how much he was making this season, but I imagine it's going to be like $240 with this team, honestly, which is still pretty good for the Phillies. I mean, that's definitely up there. I still remember when they said like they wanted to spend at the winter meetings, and now they've definitely spent a large amount of money. Another area where the Phillies are succeeding is in the prospects. If we take a look at the top 100 from 2024, they have 4 players currently in there, so that's pretty good for the Phillies. 2 pitchers, 1 infielder, and 1 outfielder. Let's go over the first player right here. He's the 27th ranked prospect, Andrew Painter. He's 6'7", which is pretty crazy for a pitcher. He was drafted in 2021. He's the first round pick, 13 for the Phillies. His ETA is 2025. And the problem with Painter is he pitched in 2022, had a great stats. He's a great pitcher, but he missed the 2023 season with I think it was a UCL sprain, and now he's supposed to miss 2024 with surgery. Not really, unfortunately, expected to have Tommy John surgery in July. So yeah, not the best for him because he's a good pitcher too. So it just sucks the way that, this kid's career has gone with injuries and stuff. 6'7" pitcher is absolutely insane. Reminds me of a guy like kind of Batista on the Orioles a little bit with that height, but it just kind of sucks for him because he was dominant too when he played. So yeah, I don't know what you guys think about him. Let me know in the comment section down below, but he's currently the 29th ranked prospect and he's not even going to play. So that's why he's still insanely talented. Coming in at 49 on the top 100 is Mick Abel. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce his name. He was drafted in 2020 in the first round, 15th pick by the Phillies. His ETA is 2024. So definitely excited to see if he can actually get to the league this season. His career minor league stats have not been the best though, so it's going to be interesting. He pitched 108 innings in AA this season, had a 4.1 ERA, so not the best, but it's some decent stats overall. He did have 126 Ks though, so that is a good amount of strikeouts. But coming from the bullpen or coming from starting pitching, I'm not really sure. But that's still a decent amount of strikeouts for the innings pitched. Man, it's just going to be weird to see how he's going to do in AAA. I imagine he's going to go AAA this season. He only pitched 4.2 innings there, but his ETA is 2024, so we'll see if he gets called up this season. Definitely going to be interesting to see, you know, how he's going to do. Coming in at number 61 is Andn Miller, a name that we all know from this year's draft. 2023 first round pick, number 27 by Philadelphia. ETA is 2027. When he was able to sign and actually play, he played about 20 games in rookie ball and A ball. Batted 303 with both of those teams. Really solid overall. Obviously had better numbers in rookie ball. So looking at his 2023 stats, he batted 303 in 20 games, which is pretty impressive. Obviously batted better in rookie ball because it definitely is easier. But in A ball, he batted 216. Not terrible stats at all. But definitely excited to see how this kid's going to perform. I mean, he's got a lot of time to develop. He's only 19 years old. And he's definitely going to be a solid player for sure. So excited to see how he's going to do moving through the minor league system and how he's going to do in 2024 in the minors. But coming in at number 77 is Justin Crawford. He was drafted in 2022 first round by the Phillies, 17th pick. His ETA is 2026. Looking at his 2023 stats, he hit absolutely incredible. Batted a 332 in A ball and high A and batted extremely well both of the teams he's played with. So really solid player overall. 288 in high A, so a little bit lower, but that is still insanely well. So excited to see where he's going to be this season. I mean, like I said, he's still got about 2 years till he's MLB ready, but he's hitting extremely well across the board. So definitely excited to see where he's going to go and move forward. Playing insanely well, he's hitting insanely well. Definitely excited to see where his career goes in the minor leagues because he's definitely a solid player. So the 4 players on the Phillies top 100 are all first round picks from him, 2020 to 2021, 2022, and 2023. So definitely some solid drafting out of Philadelphia for sure to have all these players on the top 100. We obviously know a lot of players on this Phillies squad. They've been a good team for a while now. I'm definitely excited to see them play again. We kind of know most of the players in this squad. I don't really have to go through the depth chart, I don't think. But man, it's going to be exciting to see this team play again. I mean, I'm excited for some of their players. Bryce Harper at first base is definitely going to be pretty interesting to watch. He's obviously going to be paired up with Whit Merrifield probably. So definitely going to be a solid, weird infield over there if you actually think about it compared to last year. But definitely going to be pretty interesting to watch, and I'm excited for this Phillies squad. They definitely should be a good team. They should get first in the wild card, in my opinion. They should get that home game again. So definitely going to be an interesting season for the Philadelphia Phillies. Where do you guys have this team moving forward? Definitely I have them second place in their division with the first wild card spot, which will give them the 4th seed in the playoffs. With all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know where you guys see this team, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, everyone.